Hello students, I am Dr. Amit Bhatnagar, working as Senior Research Officer in the Department of Agronomy at GB Pant, University of Agriculture and Technology, Pantnagar, Uttarakhand. What is osmotic pressure? What is osmotic potential and solute potential? And what is the relation with the water potential? And what is the importance of this osmotic potential in plant cells? So this is very confusing when we study about the water potential. There are very confusing terms: turgor potential, pressure potential, osmotic potential, metric potential, solute potential, gravitational potential. And one of the components of the water potential is osmotic potential. This is very important component. So first of all, we will study about the osmotic potential or osmotic pressure. So all these three, osmotic pressure, osmotic potential and solute potential, these three terms are synonymous. We can say equal, but their interpretation is different, but as such they are same. So there is no difference, but interpretation is different. So first term is osmotic pressure. This is the pressure and this is the potential, and this is also potential, but this is the solute potential, this is osmotic potential. So the main word is osmotic. So first of thing, what is the osmotic? And this osmotic is related with the osmosis. So please watch the lecture process of osmosis, that is already uploaded, and in the playlist General Agriculture, please watch this lecture, process of osmosis. So this osmosis process is very important, which decide the flow of water, and the flow of water is called the osmotic movement of water. And we can understand in such a way that water is maintained in this manner, and this is the tube, and water is present, and water level is maintained to this level. So water is freely moving here to there, and there is a random movement of water, and there is equal level, and there is, suppose, semi-permeable membrane is present. This is the semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membranes are those membranes which allow the movement of the solvent water, not the solute. So this is very important. This is the semi-permeable membrane. So membrane is semi-permeable. This green color is semi-permeable membrane. Now water is moving freely. Water molecules are moving freely here and there, here and there. Okay. Now suppose we add some salt, NaCl, KCl or MgCl2, which is soluble. We are adding some soluble salt, then the free energy of water is reduced because some water molecules attach with the salt molecule. So that's why here the pressure is reduced. So before the adding of the salt, the pressure was equal in both the sides, but when we add the salt, then the pressure from this side is more, and water start move to this side. This process is osmosis. तो ये process osmosis है कि जब हम salt मिला देते हैं तो pure water salt water की तरफ मूव करने लगता है. And suppose, and this movement is called osmotic movement. This movement of water is known as osmotic movement. So the pressure at which the water, there is osmotic movement of water. So there is a pressure is created, water is moving from this pure water to, we can say, pure to saline water or concentrated water or solution, we can say. This is the solution where solutes are present. So the movement, the osmotic movement of water create a pressure. So there is a pressure which is developed during osmotic movement of water, and this pressure is called the osmotic pressure. So osmotic pressure is developed when there is osmosis. तो osmotic pressure क्या है कि जब हम सेमी परमेबल मेम्ब्रेन से डिफरेंशिएट कर दें सॉल्यूशन ऑफ प्योर वाटर को, तो प्योर वाटर सॉल्यूशन की तरफ मूव करता है थ्रू सेमी परमेबल मेम्ब्रेन. तो जिस प्रेशर से मूव करता है वाटर, उस प्रेशर को हम ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर कहते हैं. So this is the osmotic pressure which is developed during the osmotic movement of water. So osmotic pressure is developed during the osmotic movement of water. Another interpretation is that suppose we want to check this movement of water, and suppose there is a piston there is a piston, and by the downward movement or by developing the pressure we can check this movement of water. अगर हम एक पिस्टन लगा दें और इस मूवमेंट को वाटर को रोकना चाहते हैं तो इस पिस्टन को हमें नीचे दबाना पड़ेगा, तो ये वाटर प्रेशर क्रिएट करेगा और इस प्रेशर को रोक देगा, तो वो प्रेशर जो इसके मूवमेंट को रोकता है दैट इज आल्सो ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर. सो वी कैन से ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर इज दैट प्रेशर विच इज रिक्वायर्ड टू चेक द ऑस्मोटिक मूवमेंट ऑफ वाटर. तो हम ये कह सकते हैं ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर वो प्रेशर होता है जो हमें ऑस्मोटिक मूवमेंट ऑफ वाटर को रोकने के लिए चाहिए होता है. So there is a two definition or two interpretation. First, the pressure which is developed during the osmotic movement of water. Number one. Number two interpretation may be the pressure which is required to check the osmotic movement of water. So this is the osmotic pressure. So this osmotic pressure is developed during the osmosis when water move from pure water to solution. Similarly, another thing is that suppose we are adding 20 gram salt here and we are adding 10 gram salt here, suppose. So here the both side solution is there. Now water will move from less concentration to high concentration. Here there is a in case solutions are both side. अब मैंने क्या किया, 10 ग्राम साल्ट इधर मिला दिया, 20 ग्राम साल्ट इधर, तो इधर हाई कंसंट्रेशन हो गया, इधर लो कंसंट्रेशन हो गया. देन वाटर मूव फ्रॉम लेस कंसंट्रेशन टू high concentration. So this is also the osmotic movement of water. So this is the pressure. Okay, so this is the pressure. Now when we talk or we interpret the pressure in terms of potential, then it is osmotic potential. Now potential is described in terms of free energy. Potential is the ability to do work. Potential क्या होता है, किसी भी मॉलिक्यूल में सब्सटेंस में जो फ्री एनर्जी होती है काम करने के लिए कोई काम कर सके उसको हम पोटेंशियल कहते हैं. तो पोटेंशियल इज द एबिलिटी टू डू वर्क. सो नाउ इफ देयर इज प्योर वाटर इज देयर, सो एवरी मॉलिक्यूल इज फ्री टू मूव हियर एंड देयर, सो इट हैज मैक्सिमम पोटेंशियल. सो फ्री वाटर एनर्जी इज द हाईएस्ट. व्हेन वी ऐड सम साल्ट, सो वाटर मॉलिक्यूल अटैच टू दिस साल्ट, Na, क्लोराइड, जो भी हमने साल्ट मिलाया है, जब हम साल्ट मिला देते हैं पानी में तो वाटर के मॉलिक्यूल उससे अटैच हो जाते हैं, तो उसकी फ्री एनर्जी क्या होती है, कम हो जाती है. नाउ ability to work is reduced, so means potential is reduced. So that's why we can say this osmotic pressure can be interpreted in terms of potential. When the free energy or free movement of water molecule is reduced, then we can say potential is reduced. तो यहाँ देखिए अगर फ्री वाटर है, कोई साल्ट नहीं है, तो हर वाटर का मॉलिक्यूल मूव कर रहा है. यहाँ हमने साल्ट डाला तो साल्ट के साथ अटैच होने लगेंगे वाटर के मॉलिक्यूल, तो जो वाटर के मॉलिक्यूल फ्री मूवमेंट हो रहा था उनका मूवमेंट रुक गया, तो उनकी जो एबिलिटी थी मूव करने की या वर्क करने की वो घट गई. तो जब हम किसी सब्सटेंस की फ्री एनर्जी के टर्म्स में बात करते हैं, देन इट इज कॉल्ड एज पोटेंशियल. सो इन केस ऑफ वाटर द पोटेंशियल इज डिस्क्राइब्ड इन टर्म्स ऑफ फ्री एनर्जी. इट मीन्स इन हाई कंसंट्रेशन सॉल्यूशन फ्री एनर्जी इज रिड्यूस्ड मोर, सो वाटर पोटेंशियल इज रिड्यूस्ड मोर. एंड इफ कंसंट्रेशन इज लेस, then water potential is less. Means the ability to do work is reduced less as compared to high concentration solution. तो ये आपको समझ आ गया पोटेंशियल क्या है. जब फ्री वाटर है, कोई भी उसमें साल्ट नहीं है, वाटर के मॉलिक्यूल मूव कर रहे हैं हर जगह, तो हम कहेंगे मैक्सिमम पोटेंशियल इसका, क्योंकि हर मॉलिक्यूल फ्री है. जब हमने उसमें कोई साल्ट मिला दिया, शुगर मिला दिया, कोई सॉल्युबल थिंग मिला दी, तो क्या वाटर मॉलिक्यूल से अटैच हो जाएंगे, तो उनको मूव करने की कैपेसिटी कम हो जाएगी, एबिलिटी कम हो जाएगी, तो हम कहेंगे इसका पोटेंशियल घट गया. तो जैसे जैसे हम साल्ट मिलाते जाते हैं पोटेंशियल लोअर होता जाता है, नेगेटिव हो जाता है. एंड द प्योर वाटर पोटेंशियल इज जीरो. प्योर वाटर पोटेंशियल इज जीरो. एंड वी ऐड द साल्ट, देन इट बिकम्स नेगेटिव. So this is the reason that any solution has negative water potential. Cell sap, cell water potential is negative. Soil water potential is negative. Only pure water has मैक्सिमम पोटेंशियल जीरो, क्योंकि इसके कहीं भी मूव कर सकते हैं. तो जब भी कोई सलाइन वाटर होगा या साल्ट होगा या शुगर होगी, उसका वाटर पोटेंशियल निगेटिव ही होगा. और जो प्योर वाटर है उसमें कोई साल्ट नहीं है तो उसका जीरो होगा. So this is the osmotic movement. Okay, so this osmotic movement or diffusion is due to addition of salt, means solute. Actually this solution contain a solvent, that is the water, and the solute. So as we increase the solute, means salt, there is a more diffusion, more osmotic movement. That's why it is called as solute potential. So osmotic movement of water increases as the solute concentration increases. So this is the osmotic movement of water which depend upon the concentration of salt. नाउ ये आपको क्लियर हो गया होगा कि ऑस्मोटिक मूवमेंट क्या होता है। तो अगर इसका मतलब कि पे दो वो है, वाटर का मूवमेंट कैसे डिसाइड होगा, ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर। सो हमेशा वाटर कहाँ से मूव करेगा, वाटर ही मूव करेगा और प्योर वाटर से सॉल्यूशन की तरफ करेगा। तो इट मीन्स इफ लो कंसंट्रेशन and it is high concentration, then water will move here. Water will move from low concentration solution to high concentration solution. Or we can say here potential energy, osmotic potential, it is less negative. It is less negative because salt concentration is less, it is more negative. More negative. For example, minus 3 bars, for example, and suppose it is minus 5 bar. It is more negative. Then water will move from less negative to more negative. Now, it is less negative. It means now हम पता कर सकते हैं कि वाटर का पोटेंशियल कहाँ ज़्यादा होगा, क्योंकि जो जीरो के क्लोज होगा उसका पोटेंशियल ज़्यादा होगा, तो जो लेस नेगेटिव होगा उसका वाटर पोटेंशियल क्या होगा, ज़्यादा होगा. सो हाई वी कैन से इट इज़ हाई वाटर पोटेंशियल and it is more negative, so water molecules are more attached, so their free energy to movement is reduced, so it is less water potential, so it will move from this direction to this direction. So this is the we can say the pressure which is created during the movement, that is the osmotic pressure. How much energy is reduced, what is the potential, that is the osmotic potential. And since we are adding the salt, so this osmotic potential is due to addition of solute, that's why it is termed as solute potential. So in old terms it is pressure, and in new terminology in modern physics it is potential. So potential is more appropriate because it describes the free energy, because there is a movement of water, so that's why water potential is important. So this is the osmotic pressure, osmotic potential due to presence of solute salts. So more osmotic movement of water, there is more concentration of the salt. So this is the reason that in case of high concentrated solution, water move from low concentration to high concentration. Now the unit, what is the unit of the potential? The unit of the potential or whether it is osmotic potential, metric potential, total water potential, it is bar or atmosphere pressure, atmospheric pressure, or Pascal, that is PA, and the relationship is that 1 bar is equal to 0.987 atmosphere, 0.987 atmosphere, or we can say 1 atmosphere pressure is equal to, atmosphere pressure is very common क्योंकि जो हम atmosphere के लेते हैं atmosphere pressure में लेते हैं, is equal to 1.01 bar, and 1 bar is equal to 10 to power 5 Pascal. So this is the unit of the osmotic potential or water potential. The total when we talk about the potential, generally we use the bar term. So this is the SI unit of potential, that is the bar. So we express the water potential, osmotic potential, metric potential, solute potential in terms of bar. So if there is more negative, then it will attract more water, there will be more osmotic potential. And this osmotic potential depends upon or we can calculate by the formula that this OP, osmotic potential, is equal to I m r T, where I is equal to degree of ionization. For example, NaCl, it break into Na, dissociate into break to Na plus Cl minus. So here I is equal to 2. Suppose it is sugar solution, glucose, it is not ionized, glucose is not ionized, it remains as such. So I is equal to 1. M is equal to molar concentration, M is equal to molar concentration of the solute. R is equal to gas constant, value is it is constant 0.0821 यूनिट छोड़ देते हैं इसकी अभी, and T is absolute temperature that is 237 degree 273 Kelvin. So by this we can calculate the osmotic potential. We can do one example. Suppose NaCl 1 mole NaCl is dissolved in 1 liter water. 1 mole means 1 mole per liter, and the temperature is 27 degree centigrade. Then what is the osmotic pressure? So 1 लीटर में अगर हम 1 मोल NaCl को डिजोल्व करें, 1 मोल NaCl मतलब कितना हो जाएगा इसका 1 मोल 23 plus 35.5 that is 58.5. If dissolved 58.5 gram NaCl in 1 liter, then solution is 1 mole. तो उसको कितना osmotic pressure create करेगा? Then OP is equal to I value for it is ionized in 2 form, 2 ions, so it is 2, M is 1, R is equal to 0.0821, and it is in absolute temperature, so add 273 plus 27, that is 300. So temperature is converted into Kelvin. So this is the formula. 273 is added into degree centigrade to convert into Kelvin. So it is about 2 into 8.2 into 3, that is 6 into 8.2, that is 6 and 48. 48.6 6 दुनी 12 का 2 हासिल लगा 1 छट्टर 49.2 bar. So this is the osmotic pressure, and it is in negative. Potential is in negative, so it is in minus. So it is in minus. So minus 49.2 bar osmotic potential is developed if we have 1 molar NaCl solution. So it depends upon what is the degree of ionization. नंबर 2 जो है क्या उसका मोलर कंसंट्रेशन एंड व्हाट इज द टेम्परेचर. इफ देयर इज मोर डिग्री ऑफ आयनाइजेशन there will be more osmotic pressure, means more diffusion. If there is more molar concentration, more diffusion, more osmotic movement. If more temperature, more osmotic potential. So this is the osmotic potential, and it is very important in leaf cell because water move from root to leaves. So water potential of root is less negative as compared to leaves. So it is a plant, it is roots, leaves, and water is moving from roots. Water is moving from roots and it is translocated to leaves. And we know that water move from less negative to high negative. So we can say it is less negative and it is high negative. Simple terms means less negative means more potential, more water potential, and it is low water potential, less water potential. More water potential means less osmotic potential, means less solutes, less concentration, and it is high osmotic potential. So this is the movement of water from root to leaves. So this question may be asked about the movement of water from root to leaves. So in roots, osmotic potential is less, more water potential, less negative, while in case of leaves, high osmotic potential, less potential, and high negative water potential. That's why move from root to leaves. Similarly, it moves from soil to roots. So soil parameter we can now calculate. It is further less negative as compared to root, more water potential as compared to root, and less osmotic potential as compared to root. Then it is then leaves, it is atmospheric. So transpiration in atmosphere. So now this is the way. So now in atmosphere, this is further high negative, further more negative as compared to leaves, and further high osmotic potential as compared to leaves. So this osmotic potential is very important for the water flow from soil to root to leaves, and it is the actually total water potential, but osmotic potential is the major component which is decided by the solute. And in the leaves, in the cells, solute are present, salts are present, sugars are present in cytoplasm. So that's why plant cells are very important, root cells and the leaf cells. And when we talk about the types of the plant, so hydrophytes, mesophytes, xerophytes and halophytes. This is very important question and may be asked in examination about the water potential or osmotic potential. So halophytes are those plants which grow in saline condition, Then xerophytes, which grow in dry condition. Then mesophytes, which grow in normal condition, water is normal, and hydrophytes, which grow in water condition, waterlogged condition or in water. So if we see the negativity, more negative, more osmotic potential, if we see the osmotic potential, OP of this xerophyte, mesophyte, OP, osmotic potential. So highest potential, osmotic potential of halophytes, then xerophytes, then mesophytes. Means halophytes have more solute. High osmotic potential means more salts in cells, even less salts. So since the roots have more salts, so that's why the entry of water from soil to roots. Suppose halophytes do not have more salts and water potential, osmotic potential is high, means less negative, then soil water will not enter into halophytes. So more salt content in halophytes, which create the more osmotic pressure, means they have more capacity to attract the water from the soil. So that's why more salt content occur in halophytes, followed by xerophytes. In xerophytes, soil is dry, moisture is limited, and it will move into the cells if has more less negative high negative, more salt content, then water will enter into the cells. So this is the we can say series or the this is the way how the water potential, osmotic potential occur in salt. So this osmotic potential is important for water absorption from the soil. So highest osmotic potential in case of halophytes, more salt content in roots, क्योंकि हेलोफाइट्स में अगर रूट्स में ज़्यादा साल्ट कंटेंट नहीं होगा तो फिर सॉइल वाटर उसके अंदर मूव नहीं करेगा. हाई साल्ट कंटेंट है इसलिए सॉइल वाटर को अट्रैक्ट कर रहा है अपनी तरफ ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर से. तो ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर जितना ज़्यादा होगा वाटर उसके अंदर मूव करेगा, अगर ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर नहीं होगा तो मूव नहीं करेगा. सलाइन सॉइल में ऑलरेडी सॉइल में साल्ट बहुत ज़्यादा है और नॉर्मल प्लांट को ग्रो करेंगे मेसोफाइट्स को तो हाई साल्ट कंटेंट होने की वजह से प्लांट्स वाटर जाएगा नहीं प्लांट्स में. इस कारण से क्या करते हैं, हेलोफाइट्स अपने रूट्स में बहुत साल्ट को एक्युमुलेट करते हैं सेल्स में ताकि उनका ऑस्मोटिक पोटेंशियल सॉइल वाटर पोटेंशियल से और ज़्यादा नेगेटिव हो जाए, तभी वाटर जो है लेस नेगेटिव से हाई नेगेटिव की तरफ मूव करेगा. सो दिस इज द ऑस्मोटिक पोटेंशियल विच इज इंपॉर्टेंट और रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द मूवमेंट ऑफ वाटर इन द प्लांट फ्रॉम सेल टू सेल. थैंक यू वेरी मच.